Welcome back, Titans, to another great school year. I'm Mackenzie Elliott, and for the next several minutes, I'll be talking to you about the expectations for this school year. But first, I'd like to introduce you to a few important people around West. Dr. David Sharp is our principal at Lee Summit West. Jeremy Hubbard is our assistant principal. He is in charge of students with the last name A through G. Frank Hahn is our assistant principal with names H through O. And our last assistant principal is Brad Parson, and he is in charge of last names P through Z. Joni O'Neill is our guidance counselor in charge of last names beginning with letters A through D. April Marquez is our guidance counselor in charge of letters E through K. Greg Swaggart is the guidance counselor in charge of letters L through Q. And Susan Hayes is the guidance counselor in charge of students with last names R through Z. Next, we have Bobby Connard. He is our school resource officer. Debbie Catsby is our athletic director. Daryl Jordan is our first campus supervisor. And Sydney Moore is our second campus supervisor. Tina Bowling is in charge of our A+ program. And last but not least is Christy Dabalos, who is the IB coordinator. There are three main expectations asked of you here at West. You are always working towards your goals, you are choosing a rigorous course of study to achieve your goals, and that you attend your classes regularly. You must have 6.5 credit hours to be classified as a sophomore, 12.5 credit hours to be classified as a junior, and 18.5 credit hours to be classified as a senior. You must have 26 total credit hours to graduate. 4 of those credit hours are communication arts, 3 of those hours are math, 3 are science, and the other 3 are social studies. You must have 10 hours of community service to graduate. If you have any questions about graduation, college, or scholarships, you can stop by the guidance office at any time. There are multiple ACT testing dates throughout the school year. Sophomores will receive ACT information through their counselor. Remember, students are only encouraged to take the ACT after completing Algebra 2. Juniors, the statewide ACT is April 19, 2016. This ACT is free and it is mandatory. Prior to taking the ACT, we encourage you to take advantage of our ACT prep courses, which are offered multiple times throughout the school year. Many students have questions about schedule changes. The complete policy can be found on page 46 of your student planner. If there must be a change of teacher, the parent and teacher must talk about the problem. After working on the problem for at least 2 weeks, the student and the teacher must decide if they can work together. Then there must be a meeting with the student, teacher, parent, guidance counselor, and assistant principal to discuss the problem. We encourage students to work with teachers to solve the problem before changing classes. Our schedule this year at West is a little different. There will be another video in the next few days explaining the changes, but for now, you can look on the inside cover of your planner. Here at West, we award kids for good grades and behavior. We have a card system with 4 levels: silver, navy, white, and red cards. Seniors can earn a silver card with a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher, or 100% attendance, or an increase of 1 point in a weighted semester GPA. All seniors are automatically issued a Navy card. Juniors can earn a Navy card with a cumulative weighted GPA of 3.5 or 100% attendance, or an increase of 1 point in a weighted semester GPA. Sophomores can earn a Navy card with a cumulative weighted GPA of 3.75 or 100% attendance, or a 1 point increase in a weighted semester GPA. And white cards are automatically issued to freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. Red cards are issued to those with insufficient grades or disciplinary issues. You will be given a red card for one or more of the following reasons: one or more grades of an F on a progress report or semester grade. This will be a downgrade card of privileges until the next progress report. Another reason would be a 4-hour detention, which will be a downgrade for 1 week after the first detention, 2 weeks after the second detention, etc. If you would like to know more about your student privileges, you can find them on page 61 and 62 of your student handbook. One of the academic expectations for this year is attendance. A student is allowed to have no more than 9 absences, excused or unexcused, in any class per semester. When your absences have reached 9 days, a letter will be sent home explaining the number and types of absences. On the 10th absence, a student may be denied credit for that class. However, they will have an opportunity to work with their administrator to make up missed time prior to the end of the semester. More information about attendance can be found on pages 31 through 36 in the student handbook. It is a student's responsibility to talk to the teacher about makeup work. 1 class day will be allowed for each class day absent. For extended absences, a parent can call the office before 9 a.m. and pick up the homework by 3 p.m. the next day. For unexcused absences, the student will have the ability to make up missed work. However, at the end of each grading period, the student's cumulative grade will be reduced by 1% for each unexcused absence. Exceptions may be made for long-term assignments or dual credit courses. However, cumulative absences of 10 days or more may result in reduction or loss of credit. At Lee Summit West, we offer many opportunities for extra help and tutoring. There is before and after school math tutoring. Before school will be in room 1227 with Mr. Novinsky on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. After school will be in room 1253 with Miss Manning on Mondays through Thursdays. Students must have a planner with them at all times, and you must have a pass to leave the classroom. If you need to buy another planner, you can get them in the front office for $6. Also, please make sure you understand the tardy and late to school policy, which can be found on page 35 and 36 of your student plan book. Hats may not be worn in class. They must be in a bag or a locker, and if you have any questions about the dress code, you can look on pages 39 and 40 of your handbook. Cell phones may be used only during lunch in the commons or the courtyard. Any classroom used without teacher permission will result in a 4-hour detention for the first offense. Please understand the personal property policy, which can be found on page 48 of your handbook. Continuously disruptive students will be placed on disciplinary probation. Disrespect, harassment, and school disruptions will not be tolerated. Failure to follow the school policies in the student handbook will result in loss of privileges and disciplinary action. Here at West, we encourage every student to get involved. There are many clubs and activities, so you're sure to find something that you like. Remember to ask yourself these very important questions. How will I become a better student than I was last year? Who will I become this year? How can I get involved? And what is my plan for the future? Remember, you make your high school experience. And with that said, have a great 2015-2016 school year. Good luck, Titans.